We're cutting across live to Kolkata right now, where Arpita Mukherjee, close aide of former TMC Minister Partha Chatterjee, is now being taken for medical examination. This is part of protocol. Both Partha Chatterjee and Arpita Mukherjee have to be taken for medical examination every 48 hours, and this while there are raids that are being conducted by the Enforcement Directorate against Arpita Mukherjee across various flats. She owns at least 4 such flats that have already been raided, and 50 crore rupees in cash recovered, along with gold bars and many property documents as well. She continues to be in ED custody as they question her about her links to the money which has been recovered from her flats and also to Partha Chatterjee. Earlier, sources tell India Today that she in fact tried to hide the original source of the money and claimed it was her own money that she had earned from businesses she owns, but eventually sources claim she claimed that the money belonged to Partha Chatterjee. That is, of course, a matter of investigation at the moment, but Mamata Banerjee has already acted against Partha Chatterjee, and she, of course, has sacked him from the West Bengal government, and she has also suspended him from all party posts pending the Enforcement Directorate inquiry. This after pressure from within the TMC itself, especially the young brigade of the TMC, who thought that Mamata Banerjee should immediately cut her losses, given the sort of optics, the bad optics that all of this investigation was bringing to the party. Remember, Partha Chatterjee was virtually the number 2 in the West Bengal government and also the Trinamool party. He was the general secretary of the party, but Mamata Banerjee there acting against Partha Chatterjee as this investigation continues against him and Arpita Mukherjee. And there are reports that the Enforcement Directorate is widening its net as far as this investigation goes. There could be many more TMC leaders, including ministers, who could be in the Enforcement Directorate's radar. Those images now coming in from Kolkata, where Arpita Mukherjee is being taken for a medical examination as per protocol. She, of course, is in ED custody. She is being questioned in this matter for many days now, since the first stash of currency was recovered from her residence, the first flat in Diamond City in Kolkata, the posh flat where she was living. She was present during the investigation, and then the Enforcement Directorate there arresting her after recovering close to about 21 crores from that flat. You can see Arpita Mukherjee over there in those visuals in the vehicle, seemingly very distraught, crying, possibly not stepping out of the vehicle. She has been brought in for medical examination, as is the protocol. This is at the hospital where she has to go in for a medical checkup, but she is sitting there. She's not moving from the vehicle. She seems to be crying. She seems to be bawling. And this is something which was reported earlier as well. Sources told India Today that she in fact broke down during the investigation and then claimed that the money which has been recovered from her premises, across her premises, it was indeed Partha Chatterjee's money that she was only helping hide. You can see Arpita Mukherjee there being taken on a wheelchair while she seems to be resisting being taken into the hospital, seemingly completely distraught. My colleague Suryagni is now joining me live from Kolkata on this. Suryagni, those visuals, absolute high drama outside a Kolkata hospital. Arpita Mukherjee there crying, clearly not happy about going into the hospital for the medical checkup. She, of course, is, she seems to have broken down over there. Tell us more.
Well, follow me. If you just look at the visuals, extremely dramatic. You have to understand that she has been in ED custody for a while. However, what we do understand in this particular case, she hurt her leg while she was being taken to the hospital. Like as per the court order to the Enforcement Directorate, every 48 hours, both Partha Chatterjee and Arpita Mukherjee need to be they need to be tested medically to see whether or not they are medically fit or not, because as pointed out by us itself, that Partha Chatterjee has multiple medical issues with him. However, he doesn't need hospitalization. That was the AIMS report a couple of days back. Now, while being taken to the hospital, Arpita injured her leg, hurt her leg, and that is the reason why she was crying. But yes, apart from that, you need to understand that yes, that she was an actor, she was not a politician, or she never had criminal cases on her. So she was interrogated and is in ED custody for the first time right now, and that takes her mental, that is definitely affecting her psychologically, and maybe that is also a reason for this massive breakdown that we are looking at right now. But what we do know is what we do understand right now is that she had a leg injury while she was being taken to the ESI Hospital in Joka for her medical checkup. Back to you, Pauline.
What you're basically telling us is that Arpita Mukherjee hurt herself, injured her leg while being taken to the hospital, and that's probably why she seems to be in distress and seems to be crying profusely as well. And of course, there is the aspect of mental health as well, because she is of course under immense pressure as the Enforcement Directorate recovers stashes of currency from her various flats, property documents, gold bars, as well jewellery as well, and of course the investigation which clearly points out that she is complicit in this crime which has been committed, which of course is a matter of investigation as well. Suryagni, thank you so much for joining us with all of those details, but those visuals on our screen still of what's happening in Kolkata outside a hospital, dramatic visuals that are coming in. Arpita Mukherjee over there, as you can see, being taken in on a wheelchair by the security personnel for her medical checkup, as is the demand in terms of protocol, that every 48 hours she and Partha Chatterjee need to be taken for a medical examination. She apparently hurt her foot. She injured herself, and that's why you can see her in complete distress, breaking down over there, crying profusely as the security personnel then take her on that wheelchair into the hospital for her medical checkup.